Hello my friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Serena and in today's tutorial I will be teaching you guys how to draw a mandala from the beginning. It's really simple. I actually already gave classes to kids and they just love doing so. It's for all ages, and in my previous video I talked a little bit about the power and the meaning of the mandala. So if you feel curious and interested in knowing a little bit better, check that video before you start the mandala here. Well, I will be showing you guys also the material that you need to be using to do the drawing. So for drawing the mandala, we're going to use a pencil, a compass, eraser, ruler, and a paper. We're going to start by dividing the paper in 4. So I'm going to see the center here on this side of the paper. Now on the other side. Now on the vertical. And we're gonna divide with the pencil in the middle, the other side. Now I want to do a square here on the middle of the paper, so I'm gonna mark the centimeters the same size that was on the vertical of the paper. So the vertical has 21 centimeters and that is 10.5 for each side. So I'm gonna mark 10.5 and 10.5 and put a line to get these points together. So 10.5 on one side, 10.5 on the other side, and like this we have a square on the center of the paper. Now I'm gonna put a line to, like a pizza, to one point to the other of the square, the other side now. Now with the compass, I'm going to do some circles. I'm going to start from the center of the paper, doing small circles and opening, doing larger circles. You can choose how many circles you want to do. That's not really important. Like each mandala is different. I'm going to do some here and you do how many you want on your drawing. All done. Now, so I want to divide the mandala in some more pieces. So on each of these spaces, I'm going to mark the center. So each space has 8 centimeters. I'm seeing here with the ruler. So I'm going to be marking 4 centimeters to get the middle of each space. You can do with a ruler, or you can also just do by your eye, like see where is the middle and do a mark. I like doing like this. It's faster and yeah. So let's divide everything, and now we're going to be doing lines to get one point to the other. Almost done. So we can start drawing our mandala like the markings that are the way that it's now, but I want to divide a little bit more. So since we have 4 centimeters on each space, I'm going to be dividing 2 centimeters to get the middle of each space, or just do it by eye. So now I'm going to be marking just where I think that the middle is. And after I finish this marking, I will be doing the lines to get one point to the other like we did before. It's just the same process. So I am gonna be doing like my final marks here. Since the mandala that I'm drawing here as an example is not so big, I don't feel like it needs more marks than this, or else it can be a little bit confusing and hard to draw. If you're doing a bigger drawing and you feel like doing more lines to divide, it's just get each space and see where is the middle and go combining the points, like connecting one point to the other with lines. And okay, we're almost done. The last line now. So for it not to be so confusing while we're doing the drawing of the mandala, I'm gonna mark a little bit stronger the lines on the first lines that we did before dividing, remember that 8 centimeters to 4 and then 4 to 2 centimeters. We did before doing the circle like dividing like a pizza, remember? So I'm gonna just do a little bit harder, like a little bit stronger this line, so it's a little bit easier in the process of the mandala. But you're gonna see it's really simple. It looks a little bit complex with seeing all these lines, but when you start doing the drawing, you're gonna see that it's really simple. And basically it's doing a good marking, like the centimeter is correct, and there is no way to get your mandala wrong if you do all these markings correctly. So while drawing the mandala, I'm going to be using so many different shapes so you guys can see that the shape really doesn't matter. You can use your imagination as long as the shape, like now, you can see that I'm drawing on the second circle. So each shape that I'm doing on this second circle needs to be the same. Like I started with this one that looks a little bit like a leaf or a petal. So as you can see, I'm using these marks to not get it wrong and do exactly the same. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 lines, and I'm using like the middle, like the third line to do the point of the leaf or the petal. Okay, so we always start like from the center of the mandala and go opening it, like growing the mandala. So that's why we're starting from the middle. I'm gonna be doing now this first circle. And as I said earlier, like on each circle, I'm gonna be using a different shape so you guys can see that the shape doesn't matter as long as I'm doing the same drawing on each space of that circle. So I'm gonna use the lines that are already here to grow the mandala. So here we go. And now I'll do with that lines like connect and do a smaller petal here on the top. You can copy the way I'm doing or do a shape that you feel like it should be. And so we're just going to be continuing here until we finish all the spaces with the shape that we just choose to continue here, the mandala. Okay, this is the last petal, and I'm going to go up. So you can see that I'm using a completely different shape now, like a long line, like if it was like a long leaf, or I don't know, looks a little bit like a sun maybe. Okay, it's just making sure that all the spaces has the same shape. And now let's see another way that we can do maybe like this. That's why we do all this marking on the beginning, so there's no way to get wrong. Like you have these markings to get you to one point to the other, so there's no way that a shape can be different from the other if you're like just following the marks that you did earlier. Now I'm gonna start with the new shape. I'm gonna use the lines that we did earlier, the marking, to grow the mandala. And okay, now I'm gonna do like a straight line just for you guys to see that it doesn't really need to be so round. Like you can just use your imagination. This one looks a little bit like a diamond, maybe a compass. So the last one. A way that I like drawing is like using the center of the shape to continue the mandala. So as you can see here, like I'm coming from inside a petal out. So you can do like this as well. Doesn't matter if it goes like on top of the petal, it stays really nice. Gives more details for your drawing. And now we continue. I'm coming again like from inside a petal out. And as you can see, like the mandala grows a little bit. You can see a little bit better the details, how it works, because on the beginning, maybe on the camera, it's a little bit harder for you to see. But it's basically like the same thing. If you didn't understand too much on when I was doing the center of the mandala because it was too small, like now that we're growing it, you can understand a little bit better because the size it's bigger and easier for you to see by the YouTube video. Again, I'm doing like some lines from inside a petal and connecting it to the lines, the markings that we did earlier. And as I said, like it really doesn't matter the shape that you choose. Like as you can see now, I'm gonna be using like a really round one. It looks a little bit like a heart. Ah, so sweet. Just to show you guys that like it can be completely different one shape to the other as long as each space has the same structure, like the same form. Okay, now I'm gonna be connecting like this. We're almost done. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, I'm gonna use again like the center of a petal to connect with this less circle like that we did here on our mandala, the less circle marking. And again from one petal to the less circle till we finalize everything. Like the marking that we used here was with compass, so it's a round mandala. We also can do a mandala with a square marking that is used just with ruler. I can be doing another tutorial teaching this other type of marking, like this other type of mandala. I just love doing it. Again, I really like with a lot of details, like from the center of the petal to another point, because when you color it, it's just so beautiful with so many details. Like now we're just doing like the drawing, but when you put the colors on it, you can see all these details. It stays so beautiful. I'm gonna be in other tutorials like also teaching like giving some tips of how to color a mandala, and I like a lot using Posca to put some more details after I color the mandala. That gives like so much contrast and leaves your mandala just so beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna erase a little bit of the marking. I didn't want the mandala completely round, so I gave like some spaces here, like a little bit more pointy, so we could have a different shape, not so round on the end of the mandala. And okay, I'll just erase a little bit the lines here that we marked earlier, that we use as a base to do the drawing, so that when we color it's a little bit easier and the marks doesn't stay on your drawing. So here it is, we finished, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. I really love teaching to you guys how to do the mandala. And yeah, you're done.
Well, my friends, thank you so much for being here with me in one more tutorial. For me, it really means the world to be here teaching you guys a little bit about art and also sharing about my spiritual journey, that it's through the spiritual journey that I have been through this last maybe 5 years that I started to know myself better and discovered my art identity. And I feel like since I started to know myself better, I started to heal so many wounds that were inside of me and things that I even didn't knew that were there. I started to love myself better. I started to see the world with different eyes, with more respect, people with more respect, and see more the beauty that are in every person. Like nobody is perfect, so I started to accept people the way they are, accept myself the way I am, because I am not perfect. People are not perfect, we're just human, but we are here to evolve, we are here to grow, and I feel that it's really important to us to go through this process of inner healing and knowing ourselves better so that we can know the things that we need to change in us. I feel that since I started this path, I started to see nature, I started to see everything with different eyes, like respect it more and be more thankful for everything that the universe offers to us. And we just sometimes don't see it because it's something like so natural that we do every day, like things that our body needs every day, like air and food and water, and we don't even notice how important it is to us and how important it is to treat nature with more respect, with more love, treat animals with more respect and more love, because on the end we're all here on earth on the same place, like together. We can't live without each other, like not just humans, but we need every species, we need all the trees, we need everything that is here on earth that was created with so much love, with so much perfection. God did everything like thinking so perfectly. So it's really rude of us not to observe this and be thankful for this, for everything that has been given to us, and learn how to treat everything with more respect. And I feel that we are just not doing that because we're not connected with ourselves. And I feel like since if we start connecting with ourselves and knowing ourselves better, we are gonna at that point start treating nature and everyone around us with more respect and more love. So yeah, also life is just so short, you know. Sometimes we get so stuck in situations and people and things that hurt us, and we just don't remember that the day and the time that we have is now. It's only now. The shirt that we have, the only actually sure that we have in this life is that we are going to leave our body, that we're going to leave earth. So why lose our time with things that are just not important, you know, things that are so like on the past, and we just keep on thinking on that and not letting go things and situations that are not longer serving us. So I really hope that we all can be able to live the present moment with more gratitude, with more presence, and enjoy life daily. Like so many people were not able to wake up today, and we are so blessed. We are here, we are on earth, so our journey haven't been done yet. Like we haven't been finished here yet, because we have, if we are here today, it's because we have so much to learn, it's because we have so much to live, it's because God have been giving us another chance to be happy. And on the end, really, God just wants us to be happy. We are the ones who complicate so much our life. So let's live life with more ease, with more calmness, with more gratitude, with more love, more respect. Pretty sure that after everybody start their healing process and inner knowing, the world will be such a beautiful place to live in, a beautiful place to have fun. And on the end, I'm pretty sure God just wants us to be happy. God just wants us to have fun. We are the ones who are complicating everything. We are the ones who are destroying everything. We are the ones who are doing war. And I'm not saying like just war, like real war, like that's happening, like bombs and death and everything, but like war inside of us, war with people, war with the nature, you know. And I'm not out of this, like I destroyed nature as well. So I'm not saying this pointing fingers to anybody. I'm just saying like that we all need to be more aware of what we are doing to the planet and respect it more. We all need this. Like if you take a day to go to nature, like I'm on my holiday, I want to travel, you go to nature, you go for a deep in the ocean, you feel just so good. Oh, a blue butterfly flying here, it's so beautiful. Oh, you feel so good, you feel so renovated, you feel so much energized. And that's for a reason, like because we are meant to be in nature, we are meant to respect nature. This is what we are part of nature. Let's walk in the grass without shoes and feel the energy that it brings to us. I love hugging trees. Like I even put my friend to hug a tree the other day. They were like, stop it. And then they hugged the tree and they were like, what? It is really, really good. Like you feel so energized and you feel so much peace because you are part of nature. You are part of this. So be more in nature. Be more with people that you love. Live life more simply. And don't worry so much, because everything on the end It's for your highest good. Everything that goes out of your life are is for your higher good. And even for me, like the hardest times that I have ever been on my life, at that time it hurts just so much, but those things were the ones that brought me the most growth, that brought me so much beautiful things into my life. And I just needed to learn how to let go and accept things and life how it is, to be able to be open to receive the new, to receive everything that God had to me. So guys, let's just enjoy even the hard times. Like, it's hard, but it's a feeling and it will pass. It will pass. It always does. It always passes. So trust in God that better days are coming. When you're having a bad time on the future, or even like some days after, or sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but you will always know why that is happening for you. You will always grow through that. Always. You just need to get inside of you and know yourself a little bit better. Do that healing process, and you will understand why you've been passing through all that difficult moments. You will always know. So trust, okay? I love you all so much. Thank you for being here with me today. Well, I see you in the next video, next tutorial. Bye bye.